right, y'all. We got Nicki Minaj was right about the Grammys. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all gotta be careful out here, man. There's people out here joining the Illuminati and doing the one-eye symbolism, man. Y'all gotta be careful, man. Don't get swooped up. Don't get captured by the government. They will come for you. But let's get it, man. If y'all new to the channel, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Hit that post notification bell so you can get notified when I drop another banger. We about to get to it, man. I see what Nicki Minaj was right about.
Year after year.
I ain't watched the Grammys since like '08. But hold on, let me fix the volume. Right, there we go.
These get slightly weirder. But in 2026, things got much worse. From CeeLo Green and his son appearing on the red carpet looking like demons, to Justin Bieber's underwear performance that looked more like a cry for help than a concert, and Lady Gaga's yearly ritual in front of millions, the Grammys once again proved the Hollywood elite are a bunch of weirdos. Proving that whether you like her or hate her, Nicki was talking facts. Today, we're looking at the moments that prove Nicki Minaj was telling the truth about the Grammys. Just a few days ago, we spoke about Nicki Minaj going to war with the industry on X. Not only did she come at Jay-Z, but she also called out the Grammys directly. Nicki tweeted, "As they do their ritual tonight, God Almighty will reveal himself to them. The ritual will backfire on them. God will not be mocked." Now, Nicki was saying this after being mocked during the opening monologue for her relationship with Trump. She took that opportunity to call the Grammys out for what they really are, a yearly
Timeout, flag on the play. So automatically off backs, Nicki Minaj is a hypocrite. How you gonna have a relationship with Trump and then say all this you know all the stuff that Trump has done? How you gonna have a friendly relationship with Trump? That's your guy. That's your man's $100,000 all of a sudden. I don't know when you and Trump became close. But anyway, I must have missed that. But anyway, how you gonna say all this stuff about, oh, God gonna get these people, about going to the Grammys, and you friends with Donald Trump, the most sinister, heinous man on the fucking planet? Well, one of the most, like, I don't know. It is what it is. Let's get it.
For the Hollywood elite. While I've pointed out before that Nicki might be the wrong messenger, I can't deny that she is 100% right about the Grammys. If you don't believe me, this year's show is all the proof you need. The 2026 Grammys once again proved it isn't an award show, it's a scripted ceremony where industry puppets go to amuse the elite, performing strange rituals while receiving meaningless admiration. They prop up these idols on stage and tell you exactly why you should praise them, even while those same celebrities are performing in their boxers just to amuse their overlords. If you think what you're shown at the Grammys is just random or simply art, you couldn't be more wrong. All of these performances are strategically designed to subliminally tell a deeper message. That's exactly what we saw from Justin Bieber's performance. This year, Justin's set isn't going viral because of the music. It's going viral because of how he chose to show up. Justin walked onto the stage wearing nothing but purple satin boxers, socks, and his guitar. With a defeated look on his face, he started singing Yukon. The internet instantly called out how strange this looked. Why was Justin at one of the most prestigious events in the world in his underwear? Was this just for shock value? Or was he trying to tell the world something much more sinister? Ever since rumors started circulating that Justin could have been one of Diddy's victims, he hasn't been the same. We all saw that.
Bro, first of all, he wasn't one of Diddy's victims, gang. They already came out and said he wasn't a victim. Now, we would never know the real actual truth because we wasn't there. But if he was one of Diddy's victims, we would have known already by now. It's rumors because they seen him with Diddy when he was younger, and they did the little 24 hours with Diddy thing when I think it was like 2009 or something like that. But yeah, Justin clearly been going through it, man. Pray for my goat.
Where he was acting erratically in public, and many assumed it was because he was feeling the pressures of his past coming to light, including those talks of an alleged tape with Diddy. Recently, Justin has begun appearing defeated in public, and this performance furthered that narrative. On the surface, you could interpret this as Justin showing vulnerability or being stripped of his innocence. Performing in his boxers is a clear metaphor for how the industry stripped them down to nothing and left them feeling naked in front of the world. But I believe it goes even deeper. To me, this seems like a direct nod to the abuse he experienced while growing up in the Hollywood system. How those in the industry took his innocence and tore away at it piece by piece. This is what they made him do behind the scenes to make it big. In Hollywood's twisted way, it's also a form of humiliation. They want to show that at the end of the day, these stars are just circus freaks who will perform in their underwear for your entertainment. This performance shows Hollywood's obsession with placing the truth in plain sight. For years, people talked about the Yummy music video being an exposure of secret industry parties. Now I see that more than ever. Justin is sending that same message here. He was yummy to those Hollywood elites. His performance proves exactly why there were so many high-profile music industry names in those recent Epstein files. He isn't just singing a song, he's showing us his scars. This performance is exactly what Nicki Minaj is talking about. This is what the Grammys are for, presenting the sick, twisted flaws of the music industry as art so fans can cheer and admire it, not realizing they're being shown nothing but demons. Just look at CeeLo Green's red carpet.
Oh my goodness. What's wrong with bro eyes? What? They contacts, chat? No, I don't think they contacts. Why they dressed like that? Now, I ain't gonna lie. Once I seen what's bro name? That Sam Smith. I think that's his name. A couple years ago, when they did all that demonic stuff on stage at the Grammys, and he had the devil horns, I just stopped paying attention to the Grammys altogether. I said, man, I'm not about to watch this shit. But yeah, I ain't watched the Grammys since like 2000 and I don't know how long it's been, but it's been a while. People still watch the Grammys in a big 2026. Have some shame, little bro. Go find something else to watch.
We often call people in the industry demons figuratively, but CeeLo took it literally. He showed up with his son Lake, wearing blood red contact lenses and heavy black eye makeup to match a bright red outfit. He looked ridiculous, but his son looked like something straight out of the Conjuring movies. Lake had his face painted bone white, with hollowed out black eyes, dressed in matching red like his father. This isn't just a fashion choice, it's a representation of how the industry grooms the next generation to keep the tradition alive. Since CeeLo is deep into the dark side of the industry, he's introducing his children to it early, just like we saw with Will Smith and their children. Will and Jada practically raised their children in the industry, and we all saw how that turned out for them. Not only are Jaden and Willow strange, but they have fully taken their place in the Hollywood system. I literally just released a video of Jaden.
No, like, I'm being dead serious. Like, I'm not trying to clown fashion, but what the fuck is this? Why do he have a house on his head? This is fashion to y'all?
In their place in the Hollywood system. I literally just released a video of Jaden Smith initiating Kai Cenat into the strange world of high fashion. This is what CeeLo and his son were openly showing us at the Grammys. When questioned about the outfit, CeeLo said, "I was born this way."
Because what's going on with the eyes, my guy?
I don't know. What do you see?
Oh, this. What do you mean? These aren't my real eyes? What do you mean?
Are you kidding? I was born this way.
Pay attention to that. He's telling you this is who he really is. This isn't a costume, it's a revelation. And honestly, CeeLo's look was almost as disturbing as Chaperone, who showed up in a sheer nipple ring dress that many are calling a tribute to the biblical Salome. The same Salome who demanded the head of John the Baptist. The reason people think this outfit is inspired by the biblical story of Salome is because it actually is. Miguel Castro Freitas, the creator-director of Mugler, stated that his recent collections, including the one Ron's dress was pulled from, were inspired by famous showgirls of history like the Bible's Salome. He noted that the character represents human contradictions and the fetishized cliches of the temptress. The symbolism is everywhere in the Grammys if you know where to look. These are the outfit choices that these celebrities have chosen. This is not random. It is all well planned and strategically chosen to tell a deeper message. It all connects back to the industry's overly lustful environment that for the last few years has begun to rapidly show more than ever. All of this shows us a glimpse of the interactions of the industry, and what we see is truly dark, just like we find in Tyler the Creator's performance. In Tyler the Creator's performance, Tyler continued the dark ritualistic pattern with his own stylized set. He came out wearing the chroma plastic mask with an over-the-top hairdo that is clearly meant to represent horns. During the performance, he literally crashes a Ferrari and rises out of the flames. On the surface, goodness. It's a career transition, but what it really represents is a death and rebirth ritual. Tyler is showing the world he is being reborn into a new phase in the industry cycle. You have to pay attention to the story the imagery is really telling, not what's put on the surface for your amusement. This is exactly what Nicki Minaj was talking about. This award show was a literal ritual, just like we saw from the Lady Gaga performance. Year after year, Gaga uses the Grammys as her personal playground for high-level symbolism. But this year, she went full pagan ritual.
Man, what the hell is that?
She performed the track Abracadabra, but in typical Gaga fashion, it wasn't a concert. It was a ceremony. Gaga appeared on stage trapped inside of a massive black wicker cage. Now the Gaga's fans, they just see a cool set design. Gaga
I ain't gonna lie, for whoever date Lady Gaga, man, get away from her ASAP, man. She look like if you ever date her and you go to sleep around her and you wake up, you might wake up chained to the bed or something. I don't know. She just look like she just put you in the basement and chained you up or something. Don't she give up that? Oh man, I
always
don't
takes your
know.
performances to maximum levels of artistry, right? But if you've studied history or the occult, you know exactly what a wicker structure represents. This is a direct callback to the Wicker Man, an ancient Celtic ritual used for human sacrifices. Her song is also titled Abracadabra, which is inspired by the word abrahadabra that was created by Aleister Crowley, who coined it as the magical word. This isn't just artistic imagery, it's directly inspired by real occult ideas. Millions of fans are watching not knowing they're giving their energy to this darkness. None of the fans there ever asked themselves, why would one of the biggest pop stars in the world choose to perform inside of a symbol of sacrifice? As the performance went on, she wasn't just singing, she was presiding over the stage like a high priestess. She was draped in red and black feathers, the colors of the great work in alchemy, representing the final stages of a transformation. When these artists get to a certain level of fame, they are required to pay homage to the system that put them there. For Gaga, the 2026 Grammys were clearly about signaling a new phase, a rebirth, and she emerged looking into the camera with a cold, almost hypnotic stare. It felt like she was telling the audience, the great work was completed. This wasn't art for art's sake. This was a public display of the industry's hidden side, being revealed in front of millions of people who were too distracted by the music to see the ritual right in front of their eyes. Kendrick Lamar. Now, whether you're a fan
nigga
or not,
Kendrick.
it isn't the point here. What we need to look at is the suspicious timing of his massive sweep. On a night where the energy felt dark, where artists were being humiliated in their boxers or performing in cages, Kendrick was the only one allowed to maintain a prestige image. He walked away with 5 Grammys, officially surpassing Jay-Z's record. But you have to ask yourself, why now? We all know that the industry doesn't just give away awards like that for no reason. For decades, Jay-Z was the undisputed hip-hop gatekeeper. He was the one the Grammys used to validate the genre. But with the massive legal clouds currently hanging over the industry elite, from the Diddy files to the recent FBI tip line reports, the industry is in desperate need for a new clean face. They need a new golden child to take the baton and keep the machine running. Kendrick's dominance in 2026 feels less like a celebration of music and more like a strategic handoff. He is being positioned as a successor to the Jay-Z throne. By awarding him everything, the Grammys are essentially making him the new voice of authority. When the Academy gives one man that much power, they're making him the protected one, the new gatekeeper. He becomes the shield they use to say, see, we aren't just about rituals and shock value, we still award real lyricism. But that's the trap. Kendrick's presence gives the show a pass. It makes the public ignore the red demon eyes and the wicker cages because they're too busy celebrating history being made. He isn't being rewarded 5 Grammys for being a rebel. He's being rewarded for being the most effective tool they have to maintain order in a genre that is currently in total chaos behind the scenes. The Grammys is as industry as the industry can get. They are a part of the same system that validated men like Diddy and Jay-Z. If Kendrick was this resistance leader he paints himself as, why is the industry's most prestigious event awarding him with 5 Grammys in one night? While I still feel Nicki is the wrong messenger, and I explained why in this video, we have to acknowledge that even if she's a part of it, Nicki Minaj told us to watch for the ritual during the Grammy. She told us the truth would be revealed. While most people see a rapper winning awards, I see the installation of a new gatekeeper, the older leader being phased out, and the new industry chosen one has officially arrived. When you step back and look at the 2026 Grammys as a whole, the picture becomes undeniable. This wasn't just a series of unfortunate or weird performances. It was a coordinated display. We saw the humiliation of a veteran like Justin Bieber, stripped down in front of the world to remind us who really owns him. We saw the blatant demonic imagery of CeeLo Green and the next generation being initiated into it. We saw Lady Gaga presiding over an ancient Wicca ritual while Chappell Roan played the role of the biblical temptress. And then we saw the crowning of a new industry gatekeeper in Kendrick Lamar, a move designed to keep the culture under control while the older leader phased out. Nicki Minaj told us to watch. She told us that God would reveal the ritual for what it truly is. And on February 1st, that's exactly what happened. They are now placing their symbols, their rituals, and their power moves in plain sight. because they believe you're too distracted to notice. The Grammys aren't getting worse just because they're losing talent. They're getting worse because the mass is completely gone. They're no longer pretending that this is about music. It's about the message, it's about the ritual, and it's about making sure you stay asleep while they prop up their idols. But I want to know what you think. Was there a specific moment in this year's show that made you realize something was off? And did
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't even watched the shit, little gang. They would never do this shit in the 90s. When Michael Jackson them was going to the Grammys, man, they would never do this. Now they just, I ain't gonna lie, they insulting y'all intelligence. They think y'all dumb. Not me, because I don't even watch the shit to begin with. But yeah, man, I'm out of here. Nicki Minaj, man, keep your head up out here, man. Because you come for them people, man, you best not miss. You know what they say, man, you come for the king, you better not miss. And you out here exposing these people, saying they doing this and doing that. And you've been close to the industry for a long time. And you've been in the industry. Fuck being close. You was inside. So you might can reveal some secrets that we don't know about. Which means they might come for you, Nicki. I ain't gonna lie, man. You gotta be on your P's and Q's out here, man. You expose them people. Ain't no, I mean, you got Donald Trump on your side, so never mind, you good. But I'm out of here. We make sure y'all smash that like button for your boy. Hit that post notification bell so you can get notified when I drop another banger. And yeah, man, me personally, I don't believe in the Illuminati. Now, do I believe these people be putting on ritual, satanic imagery? Of course I do. I see it with my own two eyes, the devil horns and all that other kind of shit. But yeah, man, it's the music industry, man. You got to do something strange for a little piece of change to get in. But I'm out of here. See y'all in the next vid.